Good morning, everyone. It's PJ, and welcome to Grace Hollow Rabbitry. I had someone ask me, you never gave us the show results from your last show in Dewey, Oklahoma. So today, I just get back from Jonesboro a couple days ago. We had a nice show there, and we had a little success in Dewey, Oklahoma. So I'm just going to real quick run through and give you the show results for both of those two shows together today. Okay, here is a nice little junior who is, I've named her Jonesboro, but I call her Jonesy. And in Dewey, Oklahoma, she took first place out of 6 in her class, and there was 3 exhibitors, so she did earn a leg there. And then in Jonesboro, she won her class, and then in show A she went on to be best of variety, and then she continued to be best opposite sex of breed. She was beat out by a beautiful white buck, and so she has earned 2 legs so far. And this is Jonesy, and she is out of, I can't remember. She's out of Cash and Dixie. So this young lady here is, Ink's granddaughter. And, now Ink's grandchildren are starting to do well in the shows. So here we go. This is Jonesy. And then here's this nice red buck. He's, him, he's the only surviving kit out of Memphis first litter. She had all of hers on the wire, and he was the only one that lived. Mina raised him, actually, and I have loved this guy. I've been partial to him ever since he was a kit, being the only surviving one. And then as he grew up, and I weaned him, and I watched him grow, I have really enjoyed this young buck. I've liked him, and the funny thing on this, I showed him in Shreveport, all 3 shows, and all 3 shows he took last place in his class, and I was really disappointed. And one of the judges even told me he wanted to go home, and that he would make a very lovely dinner. And I thought, no, I really like this guy. I'm going to hang on to him. And I had called him Gushers for a long time because that's his dad's name. And then I thought, well, I think maybe I might name him Goshen. And so I kind of toyed around with calling him Goshen for, a couple of weeks. And, well, he chose his name this weekend. Let me continue to tell you his story. I took him to Duncan, Oklahoma, and again, for 3 shows, he took last place in his class. I took him to Mount Vernon, Missouri, a double show, and he took last place both shows. And then I took him to Dewey, Oklahoma, and he took last place in 1 show, and in the second show, he actually did win first in his class in Dewey on show B, and I was pleased about that because everyone kept telling me, this guy needed to go home and be called, and I just wasn't going to do that. This was my pick out of this round, and I had desperately wanted to keep this young guy for a breeder, and so I was getting very discouraged that he wasn't doing very well. Well, he went to Jonesboro this weekend, and there was 5 in his class, and all 3 shows this guy won first place. And then in the first show, he won Best Opposite Sex Variety, and in show B and show C, if I'm not mistaken, he took Best of Variety on 2 shows. So I think he's won I'm not sure about Friday night. He took best opposite sex variety, and I think there was only 4 in his class, I think, on Friday night. So he may not have earned a leg on that one, but I'm not real sure. But for the last 2 shows where he won best of variety, he for sure won at least 2 legs this weekend. So I'm glad this guy is finally filling in and doing well on the tables. So this guy's going to stay around. And I was telling this story to, Hillbilly Half-Acre Homestead, Chuck. I was telling this story to him, and I told him, I said, and look, the goober turns around and wins this weekend. So on the way home, I come home a different way than what I normally do when I go through Jonesboro. And we drove through a town called Goober. So this young man, we're going to name him Goober. All right, and then that brings us to this young lady, and this is Shani. She is out of Ink and Bloomer. She's my last doe out of Ink and Bloomer. And this young lady, Jonesy took best opposite sex breed in show A and was beat by a white New Zealand buck. And then Shani took best opposite sex breed show B and show C, and she was beat by that same beautiful, fantastic white senior buck. And so that, ladies and gentlemen, will complete the show result updates for both the Dewey, Oklahoma show and the triple show in Jonesboro, Arkansas. There you have it, folks. If my calculations are correct, we earned 1 leg for Jonesy in Dewey, Oklahoma, and there was either 2 or maybe 3 legs for Goober in Jonesboro. There was 2 legs for Shani in Jonesboro, and I think Jonesy, because she won her class, let's see, I'm not real sure. I know Jonesy got 1 leg, and so we picked up 6 or 7 legs in Jonesboro, Arkansas. So, Team Grace is doing very good. Anyway, that's it for the show results. Thank you for watching, and until we speak again, God bless. Unfortunately, I'm getting ready to have surgery, and so my spring show season is most likely over. There's 2 shows in May that I'd like to go to, but I don't know if I'm going to be on my feet yet. So right now I'm thinking the show season for spring for me is probably going to be done. Shortly after I heal up from this first surgery, which I'm having a hysterectomy, as soon as I heal up from that, we're going in and they're going to put stents into my heart, and so I'm going to be out for a little while, and so I think those might be my last shows until fall. But if I heal up well and if I'm doing okay, then I may take a few in May, and then I'm really looking forward to Canton, Texas, the first weekend of June as a possibility of going, but I'm not sure if I'm going to make it. We're just going to have to take it one day at a time and see how quickly I heal, how quickly I get back on my feet, and hopefully we can get the doctors to release me and let me go back to full duty here. I've been taking it easy for so long. I'm really ready to get back into full force here. So